Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear us talking? I don't know.
There's no way to sound test or anything.
No, look, you can kind of see from there.
Okay, yeah, we're
that might just be the rabble from people.
Yeah. Who cares? This is what we got.
We are live right now at the Saint Arnolds Brewery. We all have different beers. I have...
What do you have?
What do I have?
You don't remember? I can't see it. I have the Citrodos IPA, which is just another citrus IPA, but it's one we haven't tried tonight. I asked the guy what he wanted me to review, and he said the Citrodos IPA. He said everybody loves it, but that might be because everybody is a fucking hipster.
Okay, so I want to clarify real quick. Adam, you don't know what your beer is?
I already forgot.
Okay. While I'm explaining my beer, maybe go look real quick. So that we can have an actual discussion about this.
Just go!
Let's go. Be right back. Okay, so...
I can't even!
I picked up the Hefeweizen called the Weedwacker.
It's Das Brut.
Yeah, I could have said that.
Yeah,
that's why I didn't get the Das Brut, because you already got it.
Das Brut. It's a Brut.
It's a Brut.
Okay, so we have three pretty different drinks here. Mine's a Hefeweizen. Y'all have two different IPAs, but one is drastically different than the other, correct?
Wait, what are you talking about? I have a Brut.
You have a Brut, all right, which is, it's an IPA, correct? He's giving it the taste test.
Barely.
Okay.
No, I don't think it is. I thought it was something else entirely.
Hold on. Let me...
Because they make Brut IPAs, but IPA isn't attached to this one. That's a wheat beer. That's a
Yeah, this is like a Bud Light that I want to drink.
Yeah. Weedwacker is it's unfiltered.
Yeah.
And when it was brewed in the
I can't taste the poop particles that flew through it.
When it was brewed in the bottle, it has all the it usually has flakes in it from like wheat flakes.
That's very interesting. Y'all want to try it?
No, I've had it. Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
You do not?
I guess I'll
try it.
We'll start out with the Weedwacker Hefeweizen and kind of go around and
we'll see which one's the best.
See what we think about that.
That's the best, I think.
No, yeah.
It's like I'm saying, I feel like it tastes like maybe like a Bud Light or something, except better quality.
Bud Light.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Better quality. I feel like
it's a Pilsner. It's
that
Pilsner.
type of flavor. But not water.
It's an IPA.
It's literally just a wheat beer. It's literally just a wheat beer. But it's unfiltered. Weedwacker is probably like I said before. Weedwacker was my first 10 ever on the Beer Guys.
That is more beery. This is more like tasty and fruity, and I don't like that.
So the Weedwacker that you just tried, does that still stand up as a 10?
Yeah.
Really? Like I'm not getting. Like I'm getting a really hard taste of like.
I just tried it. Hefeweizen is very. It has a very Belgian ale, which Belgian ales have a very particular taste.
Okay.
And that is on the mark.
So it tastes like, to me, someone who doesn't have like an extreme to refined palate of like Hefeweizens and wheat beers. To me, it tastes like a cake that hasn't had sugar added to it. If you get that. And also, I'm tasting
like unsweet cake.
Not iron or copper, but some type of kind of heavy. It's probably just wheat, but it feels almost like a metallic thing on the end of it.
Yeah, but it's peculiar and it's beery, and you feel like you're tasting that.
It's people like you why I stopped bottling it.
Probably. I mean,
but no, it's like a very. I just like beer flavored beers. Like you have a very beery beer, and I have a beer for people that don't like beer.
You should.
They want to taste fucking Sprite with their beer.
If you get another beer, you should get Lawnmower, because Weedwacker is literally lawnmower but unfiltered.
Oh,
it used to be called fancy lawnmower. It's fancy Weedwacker. It's like fancy lawnmower.
Okay,
is what the original name was.
Like the gimmick, the relationship in the name gimmick.
Yeah.
You got your lawnmower. That's too fine. We want something more raw and brutal. Well, I got a Weedwacker. Yeah.
All right, so Adam, you've had this beer in the past. You just tried it again for the first time in probably a couple of years.
Yes. It's been discontinued.
So you're saying that you're keeping it at a 10 rating, but kind of go more in depth on like your opinion about it.
Well, I keep it at a 10 because the style that it's aiming for, it's on the mark. Because when we rate these beers, we kind of got to think about what style they're trying to aim for, because we're trying so many different beers. So just because we favor porters or favor stouts doesn't mean that, you know, we gotta rank them based off their style and not necessarily what we rightfully think of them.
Yeah.
So based on the style that it's going for, it's one of the best of its style.
See, and that's a good point, because whenever.
Hey, you want to go ahead and like take these, or they just stay here?
They stay here. You put it right here.
You can sit right there wherever you take them, whatever you like.
Yeah, that's whatever.
Are you worried?
They're more like getting on my nerves though, but if they stay here,
Just put them here.
oh no!
So personally, whenever I bring this beer up,
no, but your elbows aren't getting stuck to paper.
I'm not
Mine
really sure
are.
how it like aims against other Hefeweizens. It's been several years since I've had any
I
other
don't care.
I wouldn't give it like that's. You have a good point, because based off of like what other Hefeweizens taste like, I can't sit there and rate it accurately. Like, because I want to say maybe like a 7, but like for me, as a beer that I would go to, I would say like a 4. Like, this isn't something I'm gonna go for. Like, I think that it brings along the smooth, easy drinkability of like Bud Light or something like that, but I feel like it just tastes a little bit better, and is an actual beer. Whereas,
have you tried a Bud Light? When did you have a Bud Light?
7 years ago.
At Hooters the other day, I had a picture of Bud Light. Like literally.
That does not take that Bud Light.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying. I'm saying it's a little bit better.
No, already?
Yeah.
1 second, guys.
No one in my ear?
Yeah.
It came so fast it makes me feel uncomfortable.
It was so good.
Yeah, how did it come so fast and look so good?
What she said.
What she said.
That guy left with a smile on his face. Oh, shit. So what do the other beers taste like? Here, I guess let me try Keenan's real quick.
Yeah, I haven't tried Keenan's yet. Citrus IPA.
Like, the name of it is Citrodos. Like, it's just another citrus IPA.
I don't know how it goes. Keenan, what did you think about the Weedwacker?
I thought it was good. I thought it was, like you said, it's very like, those very drinkable beers, those Pilsners. I know it's not a Pilsner, but everything you described from Bud Light to Coors, it's like that, but as if it was made with care and taste and finesse.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Like, I literally don't mind missing the concert.
Yeah, I didn't want to go almost. I know that sounds brutal and fucked up, because like we're metalheads that just reviewed a metal band.
Cut.
Yeah, let's cut this out.
No.
But it's like, I wanted to see the show, I didn't have the money to waste on it, and I didn't want you to waste money on it either. Because like I said, it all happens in a blur, and you're lucky, if you cling to it, you can remember it for a week. And it becomes just, I seen Citrodos Filth once, or I seen Wednesday 13 and Citrodos Filth. Like, you set aside the interview we just did with Wednesday 13, and we got this concert experience. They're like, oh yeah, dude, we so totally did that. And like, if you don't take any pictures, you have no memory. Ask me what happened at the Wednesday Play concert.
And we have recorded audio with us chatting with Wednesday 13.
Yeah, which is pretty much major, and I'd love to see the show. Been great.
He even admitted he's not playing any of his originals.
Yeah, he's not playing
any songs that he is popular for. So
Yeah. Fuck, they give me like so much fucking fries.
I know to sober you up.
Out of 10, what would you say the Weedwacker is?
I do. That's 7.
7? All right. So, which beer do you want to go to?
So the citrus IPA, IPAs taste way better cold, and that's starting to warm up, and it doesn't taste. I don't taste anything from it. It tastes like nothing.
Out of 10.
A 4, a 3.
We started this episode because we thought it'd take like straight up 60 minutes to get our food. 10 minutes into the episode, our food arrived.
This is a cool place.
Yeah.
Your food's fucking here instantly. Your food's here instantly. Saint Arnolds fucking rules.
Given that we started the episode, I was kind of like disappointed that our food arrived.
Yeah, honestly. So, like, I kind of agree with you on the Citrodos IPA. I feel like there's not much flavor to it. I'm not really getting the hints of citrus. I do feel like,
We asked the bar.
even though it's bland, I feel like it tastes better than the
I
other.
told you to ask him.
When?
I'm also going to give this like a 4 or a 5. I'd say a 5 maybe, because I feel like it's literally just average.
Or try.
It's a beer that's not going to get you sick, but it doesn't. Like, you would never pull this out and be like, yeah, this is my beer.
Yeah. Try this
I
Brut.
get only Weedwackers, bro.
Amy's gonna try the Brut.
While I'm doing that, Keenan, go on about your Citrodos. What you thought about it?
So, I almost didn't mean to get another citrus IPA. We just reviewed a citrus IPA. I made the mistake of asking the bartender what he likes and what he thinks I should review. Of course, the trendy fuck said another trendy citrus IPA. And I didn't even get what he said. Like, I missed what he said. And I was like, fuck it. Whatever you said, let's go with that. I'll review it. Turns out it was another... It's called Citrodos. It's a Citrodos citrus IPA. Like, there's nothing special. I'm gonna give it a fucking 4.
I was about to say, out of 10.
Oh, dude, I'm giving it a 4. Because I've had too many citrus IPAs today. And there's nothing special.
No, the first one was good.
Yeah.
That limited release, it was good.
Yeah, 2's too many. Yeah, that one was good. This one is so unspecial. The name of the citrus IPA is Citrodos.
Well, yeah, you got one to sell in stores.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This one you can buy.
So
that's how bland it is.
So, Keenan, since you kind of ended the last 2 ones, we'll let you go first for the Brut IPA.
Yeah.
So let us know what you think about that.
I never tasted it. Hold on.
Okay. Especially after just going through the Citrodos, compare it to that, because there's a stark difference.
And what is a Brut exactly?
Fuck, shit. I knew what a Brut was
Well,
like a
it's
month
way
ago.
better than shit. Yeah.
No, I knew
it's
it.
another citrus IPA.
No, I think Brut is a wheat IPA.
I believe that.
Yeah, that one's really good.
It's very. I taste the Indian. I taste the pale and I taste the ale. But it's weedy. It has this berry flavor that comes from. It's wheat. It's hoppy.
I think Brut is like German wheat.
So we're kind of trying to pound through this real quick.
Which one's better?
No. What would you rate it out of 10? The Brut IPA.
I'll give that a 7.
Okay. Adam, kind of go on your spill about the Brut IPA, and then we'll go into we'll go into challenges of the beers.
Well, we haven't had too many Bruts because Brut is a newer style. And
Do you know what it takes to make up a Brut? Or
no, because it's a newer style. I haven't read up too much on it. I know that a lot of breweries are starting to do Bruts or Bruts. And they're starting to release them in HEBs. You can get a lot of Bruts right now.
okay.
But so I can't compare it to the other styles. But as a beer, as a drink, drinkability wise, it's really fucking good. And then it has enough bite for the craft brew drinker. So I think it's a good 7.5.
Yeah, I'm last to review the Brut IPA. I tried it a second ago. Like, the difference between the Citrodos and the Brut IPA, I feel like is really worth mentioning here. I was going to get into it in a second, but I'm bringing it up right now. Because the Brut IPA, I feel like it has flavor. It has an aftertaste.
Can I get some ketchup? Of course, thank you.
I feel like it has an aftertaste that really brings out the flavor or whatever, whereas the Citrodos is almost like just a middle of the road bland beer with a little aftertaste of wheat. Like, I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna go like 7 out of 10 for the Brut. For the simple fact that, well, no, I'm gonna go 6 because compared to any other IPA, I don't think it holds that much weight.
This isn't labeled as IPA though.
Okay.
You keep saying that, but Brut is a whole different genre of beer now. I need to search it more, but we're recording with my phone.
So versus other Bruts, I guess it's a fucking 10. I don't know, man.
What I'm drinking now is the rich man's Bud Light Lime.
Yeah, exactly. So why don't we go into that? So out of the 3 beers, I mean, obviously we got 10, 9, and an 8 for the Hefeweizen. For the Brut IPA, we got
Brut. What's a Brut?
we got 7. I want to say 7 and 7 for the Brut. And the Citrodos, I think, is like kind of at an average of 5 or lower.
Yeah,
like
5 or lower.
4.
Citrodos was not good.
So
It's very basic.
from there, you can
really
kind of like compare the
Well,
two.
you can tell that Citroda was like their spring break beer. So they release it for spring break, and you can tell that they release it to appeal to the masses to try to make that buck.
And that's why that dude said, I was like, what do you want me to review? And he said, everyone loves Citrodos IPA.
Yeah.
Of course they do. They're a bunch of basic bitches.
Yeah, they're not pigeons or bears.
So out of the 2, what would you think is a distinguishable trait between the Brut and the Citrodos IPA? Like what makes
flavor.
the Brut?
I think the Brut, for some reason, has the flavor sticks out way better. The Citrona, when it gets warm, there's no flavor to it, if any. And there's no bitterness. It's almost like drinking like water, and that may be good for the casual drinker, but the more of the craft beer or the people that like beer drinker, it's definitely not a good fix. The Brut has definitely more of a flavor that you can enjoy, and you can definitely get more of a. The Brut's not even IPA and has a bigger bite than the Citrona IPA. So that's something to say.
More bitter than the IPA.
Yeah, what do you think, Keaton? Brut versus Citrodos. What distinguishes the Brut over the Citrodos?
Well, I could basically recite everything Adam just said.
Okay.
Like, I agree with Adam. It's, the Brut has more of a bite. It's more of a beer, drinker's beer. And this is a tourist attraction. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm gonna also triple down on what y'all said. I think the Brut has a lot more depth to it, whereas the Citrodos I feel like is almost flat. Like I said, It's almost like just an upgraded
For the
Bud
beer
Light.
drinker that doesn't like beer.
I know, right? So, from there, let's transition to, I guess, Brut versus the Hefeweizen Weedwacker. I still got a whole lot of this Weedwacker left, so...
The Weedwacker has definitely more of a, like I said, when you try more Belgian ales, you're going
Weedy.
they're all Belgian ales are very weedy, and the Hefeweizen is a very close relative to the Belgian ale, and you can literally fucking taste it. You know what a Belgian ale is. You know when you're drinking a fucking wheat beer. And obviously,
I know.
they even put it. They even put it in a wheat glass. This is a wheat beer glass, so they know what they're doing. They put the IPA in a pub glass, not even an IPA glass, but a fucking pub glass. So I mean,
how do the glasses distinguish or like differentiate?
It might just help you.
Someone tried it all. They literally tried each beer in each glass and really realized which glass, what's the word, accents the beer better.
Okay. I agree with the stout one. I know that.
That's an assumption, but I think that's why there's multiple glasses. I think someone's like, there's got to be, like, the way this beer is versus this glass technology, there's got to be a glass that accents each beer better. And someone sat down and figured that the fuck out.
Okay, so
he was the Einstein of beer.
In its own class and development process, Weedwacker is much higher on the scale versus the Brut and the IPA. But what about out of the three, which would you fucking drink?
The God's Brut.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Weedwacker's discontinued, and Das Brut is I think it's only a brewery beer.
Yeah.
So it's funny enough, the one we don't like is the one that's readily available to everybody, and the ones we like are only brewery beers.
I'm not gonna lie. In the past, I was a pretty big fan of Hefeweizen, but I wouldn't pick this. I wouldn't put this over the Brut. I'd pick the Brut.
Oh yeah, like that's a good weedy beer. Like I said, a beer's beer. Well, it's just that. It's just a very tasty, very well crafted Coors Light or Budweiser.
Yeah, I guess it's just not my thing anymore.
Yeah.
Well, that offers everything that does. The Das Brut offers everything the Weedwacker does. It's strong, it's stout, it's a very beer's beer. But all you're tasting right here is wheat. What you're tasting right here is the wheat and the hop.
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's a good point. What do you think, Adam?
Yes.
All right, guys. I think unless you have any closing statements,
anything you want to talk about?
Well, I really can't remember where we left off when we were forced to start yet another like a continuation. Like what we were talking about when your laptop died.
Oh, I don't know. What do you like about life?
I think we're talking about opinions.
No. Yeah, it was a great day.
So Keenan, what do you think about this podcast in general?
I love it. It just, it's such a great opportunity. And our idea, it's so vague that it's so great. Like there's no limits to our podcast. So long as we drink a beer prior to talking about anything, it is opinions and beer.
Yeah, that's the one thing I love about the opinions aspect of it is can talk about whatever the fuck we want. Like,
But why are you talking about that?
We can
Well, it's
interview
my
people.
opinion
We
that
can
it's
talk
cool.
about video games. We can talk about movies.
Because it's our
We
opinion
can talk to directors.
that we want to talk about that.
Like, we just interviewed a fucking rock star and then went to the fucking brewery.
Yeah.
It's pretty entertaining thus far.
And it's more interesting than anything we've ever done on YouTube.
Yeah.
We've done some pretty crazy shit, but I mean, honestly, like,
And it's almost a culmination of everything we've ever done all in one.
I'm really glad and I'm really happy to have the setup here where people that we wouldn't normally talk to are they're grateful.
Yeah.
They're grateful to come onto the show and talk to us.
Oh, dude, yeah,
And
it's mind blowing.
for us to be able to spread that to everybody, I feel like it's something that, I don't know, man, like for the first time in a really long time, I feel like we're doing something that matters.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but I feel like it matters.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Exactly, and it feels more important to me, without paying a dime, it feels more important to me than my job that pays the bills, you know?
yeah.
Woo! That's just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's just your opinion.
no. We can still talk. We have.
That's a fact.
I mean, I do got to piss.
I would say, no, we can't talk because I have to go.
This burger's really good.
So have y'all taken an Uber before?
No.
Alright, so this is gonna be our first Uber.
We come from, like, such the backwoods that, there's not even an Uber available in where we come from.
Yeah.
There might be.
There's not Ubers invited. There's not.
Other than orange?
I don't know. Probably not.
There's something in Beaumont.
I know there's something in Beaumont, but I can't speak for Orange or what.
There's actually a group on Facebook with all the Uber drivers of Beaumont. And yeah, man. Who do you want to interview next? Should we? Who should it be?
I think we shot pretty high with Wednesday 13, and we did pretty successful with it with a limited amount of time. So, like, that's literally, like, I feel like we accomplished double what we could have. Because it's like, we not only nailed the interview, we nailed it in a time frame, a very limited time frame. So,
yeah, we didn't drop the ball.
I mean, there's only one
There's like
person.
one thing we forgot to ask him, but we like covered everything.
Yeah, there's only one person above Wednesday 13, and that's Jesus. So I think it's time to bring him on.
I was gonna say ICP, but that's not.
I mean, I'm looking at a lot of people that we've. I don't know how to contact some of these people.
No, the main person that I want to talk to is
Tom Cruise.
Has been an inspiration to me. Is Christ Novoselic. Chris Novoselic. It's few and far between. I don't think we can line up with this schedule, but that's who I'd like to.
All right, listen.
We might. I don't know how popular we have to be, but I'm gonna try my best to get us with Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh yeah.
That would be a hell of an interview. Billy Corgan is so woke. Like, he is such an awesome character.
No, I mean he was on fucking Joe Rogan, so he probably has a high horse.
He was on Alex Jones as well.
Well, so if we got him, that'd be like we got Joe Rogan guests.
One person I really want to interview is Paul Walker.
Oh my God, Dan!
Why are y'all looking at me like that?
So is Jesus.
Yeah. And we interviewed him last week.
Yeah, I think as soon as we interview someone that's been on like a...
I'm sorry, people. Like, we interviewed Jesus. He wouldn't let us record it. That's on him.
Like, we've yet to...
Jesus wouldn't let us upload.
Yeah.
He stuck his Jewish lawyers on.
We've yet to interview anybody that's been on like a high-tier podcast. Like Joe Rogan or something.
Maybe high-tier podcast. Oh, yes, sir.
Wait, no, dude.
But
Like,
no, Michael
Jan
Jai
Broberg
White
was.
went on to go from your talk show to a massive talk show he was getting paid to
Yeah,
do.
Jan Broberg was on Dr. Phil the day before he interviewed with us.
And The View.
Yeah.
In The View. Like we're hitting the fucking high notes, man. Like,
We're up there with Dr. Phil and The View.
That's just your opinion.
And statistics.
That's fine. All we got here are opinions
Statistics. Oh, I thought we were going to start
and beer.
opinions of beer.
Yeah.
Opinions and beer.
Opinions and beer. We don't have to
Can't go wrong
do
with
this
opinions
anymore.
and beer. Opinions and beer. Opinions and
and
beer.
beer.
Cause all we got
Nothing
here
wrong
are
with
opinions
And a
beer.
full fucking audience.
and beer.